Worst formal interview I've ever been in my life. That's even outside of football. He's so entitled. He takes unnecessary sacks.
Shedeur Sanders has broken his silence, and his words are making waves across the NFL. Projected as a top 10 pick, Sanders unexpectedly dropped to number 144 in the 2025 NFL Draft, where the Cleveland Browns finally picked him up. This fall shocked analysts and sparked outrage among fans. For weeks, Sanders remained quiet. Now he's speaking with clarity and confidence, directly addressing the doubts and second-guessing that followed his slide. At the 2025 NFL Scouting Combine, Sanders expressed confidence in his abilities, stating, "If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the culture, don't get me. So, you should know history repeats itself over and over and over, and I've done it over and over. So, it should be no question why NFL franchises should pick me."
If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the culture, don't get me. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over, and I've done it over and over and over, so it should be no question why an NFL franchise should pick me. You think I'm worried about what critics say or what people gotta say? You know who my dad is? They hated on him too. So it's like it's almost normal. Without people hating, it's not normal for us. So we like the adversity, we like everything that comes with the name. That's why we are who we are.
Before the draft, Shedeur Sanders was one of the most closely watched quarterback prospects. As part of the evaluation process, the New York Giants conducted a formal interview with him. According to multiple reports, the Giants provided Sanders with a playbook containing intentional errors, a tactic used by some NFL teams to assess a player's attention to detail and football IQ. Sources familiar with the meeting say Sanders did not identify the planted mistakes. When questioned, his response reportedly led to a tense exchange with head coach Brian Daboll. The interaction is said to have raised concerns within the organization and may have influenced the team's draft considerations. Following the interview, multiple sources say the Giants removed Shedeur Sanders from their draft board. No further evaluation was conducted. According to league insiders, other teams took notice. Some downgraded Sanders on their internal rankings. Others reportedly removed him from consideration altogether. The shift in perception contributed to his fall during the draft. While the Giants meeting was the first reported incident, sources suggest it triggered broader concerns across the league. In the days leading up to the draft, teams exchanged notes, and Sanders' reputation among front offices began to shift. Then came the prank.
Hello?
You got that call?
Yeah, what's going on?
Ready to go!
During Day 3 of the 2025 NFL Draft, Shedeur Sanders received a phone call from someone claiming to be Saints GM Mickey Loomis, informing him he was about to be selected. The call was a hoax. An investigation later traced the call to Jax Ulbrich, son of Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. The NFL fined the Atlanta Falcons $250,000 and issued a $100,000 fine to Ulbrich. The incident occurred while Sanders was still awaiting selection, adding to the scrutiny surrounding his draft experience. The fallout wasn't limited to media reactions. Giants wide receiver Malik Nabers, who had met with Sanders during pre-draft events, publicly criticized the league's handling of the situation. You don't do that to somebody like that. You can't knock his talent. He was the talk of the top 2 QBs in his class. There's no way in hell he goes 5th round, Nabers told reporters. Other voices echoed that sentiment. Michael Irvin later said the league had cost Sanders both his draft position and millions in contract value. Still, he did not respond publicly during the draft. He avoided social media commentary and remained silent until after the event. When he did speak, he acknowledged the draft day setbacks but reaffirmed his confidence in his performance and potential. In a conference call with Cleveland area reporters after he was drafted by the Browns, Sanders said he wasn't bothered by the prank. It didn't really have an impact on me because it was just like, I don't feed into negativity or I don't feed into that stuff. You've seen on Deion Jr. As YouTube video my reaction to it, it is what it is. I think, of course, it is childish. Of course, I feel like it was a childish act, but everybody does childish things here and there. Over his college career at Jackson State in Colorado, Sanders recorded more than 14,000 passing yards, 134 touchdowns, and maintained a completion rate above 70%. He was a multi-year starter and primary offensive leader at both programs. Despite being selected in the 5th round, Sanders has stated he expects to outperform several quarterbacks taken ahead of him. Following the draft, Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors publicly criticized the outcome, stating, "No way in hell he's a 5th rounder." Other voices echoed the sentiment. Michael Irvin said the league had cost Sanders both his draft position and significant contract value. Under the NFL's rookie wage scale, top 10 picks and 5th-round selections receive vastly different salaries and guarantees. Sanders is now with the Cleveland Browns, who already have Deshaun Watson under a fully guaranteed $230 million contract. The quarterback room also includes veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, as well as fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel. Sanders enters a crowded depth chart as he begins his NFL career. He is aware of his position on the depth chart, but early signs suggest he is making an impression. At the Browns' rookie minicamp, team personnel reportedly noted his composure, footwork, and ability to manage the offense. Multiple reports indicate he has outperformed fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel and is competing with Kenny Pickett for second-team reps. If Deshaun Watson's health becomes an issue, Sanders could see an accelerated path to playing time. Viewed in sequence, from the Giants interview to the prank call to being drafted at number 144, some analysts have suggested the league may have misjudged Sanders during the pre-draft process. The draft slide cost Sanders more than contract value. It limited his immediate opportunities and altered his trajectory. Unlike many rookies, Sanders enters the league with experience navigating media scrutiny and public expectations. As the son of Deion Sanders, he has operated under national attention since high school. He's known for managing that spotlight with control and timing.
If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the coach, don't give me. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over. And I've done it over and over and over, so it should be no question why an NFL franchise should pick me. You think I'm worried about what critics say or what people got to say? You know who my dad is? They hated on him too. So it's like it's almost normal. Without people hating, it's not normal for us. So we like diversity. We like everything that comes with the name. That's why we are who we are.
NFL teams, players, and executives are now closely watching his development. Every appearance, from practices to press conferences, will be evaluated beyond performance metrics. In college, Shedeur Sanders capitalized on NIL deals, built a substantial social media presence, and secured multiple brand partnerships. He enters the NFL with business experience uncommon among rookie quarterbacks. Now, his focus is on earning a roster spot. Sanders has been participating fully in team activities and, according to reports, is approaching camp with a work-first mindset, allowing his performance to speak for itself. If he rises on the Browns' depth chart and sees playing time, league personnel will be evaluating whether they misjudged him during the draft process. Beyond his pedigree, Sanders is positioning himself as an individual athlete with long-term ambitions. His current trajectory suggests he's working to establish his own legacy, independent of his father's reputation. Drafted at number 144 by the Cleveland Browns, Sanders is now beginning his professional career under close league-wide scrutiny.